Hello students, in previous lecture we have already discussed about the meaning of rural development, as well as we also discussed about the areas which are challenging and need for the rural development. Students, today in this section we are going to take the more information about the credit and marketing in the rural areas. Students, all of you know, in our India, 75% people, they are only depend upon the agricultural sector. But the share of the agricultural sector contribution to the GDP means to the national income, it was on a decline. Means here the population which is depend on the agricultural sector, which did not show any significant changes. Means the population which is depend on the agricultural sector, which did not show any important changes. Why? It did not show any significant changes because of the inadequate infrastructure. Likewise, the lack of the employment opportunities. Means there are some reasons which did not show any significant changes in the agricultural sector. So against this background, we will critically look at some crucial aspects in the rural India. For example, the credit and the marketing system, or maybe the agricultural diversification, and the role of the organic farming in the rural development. So students, in this section, we will discuss about the credit and marketing in the rural areas. Here, the growth of the rural economy, which depends on the infusion capital time to time, means the development of the rural economy or the growth of the rural economy, which depends on the infusion profit capital time to time, and which realize the higher productivity in the agricultural and the non-agricultural sector. Means the growth of the rural economy, which depends the capital, which get time to time, and it realizes the higher productivity in the agriculture sector as well as the non-agricultural sector. But what happened in our economy? Means here there is a gap between the crop sowing and realization of the income. After the production, there is means there is a gap between the crop sowing and realization of the income. Then what happened here? Because of the gap between the crop sowing and the realization of the income, farmers need the money. So the farmers borrows the money from the various sources. See here, why the farmers maybe borrows the money from the various sources? Because there is a gap between the crop sowing and the realization of the income after the production. And there is a need of the money to the farmer, and that purpose the farmers borrows the money from the various sources. Why? Because they meet there, for example, the investment on the seeds or maybe the fertilizers and the other family expenses. Here the other family expenses means, for example, the marriage day or maybe any religious ceremony. And that purpose, the farmers, they want the money because to meet their day-to-day expenses. And that purpose they borrow the money from the various sources. Students, at the time of the independence in our India, the money lenders and the traders, they may be provided the money to the farmers, and these money lenders and the traders, they exploited to the small farmers as well as the landless laborers. Means at the time of the independence, the farmers borrow the money from the money lenders as well as the traders. And what they did, these money lenders and the traders, they exploited to the small farmers as well as the landless labor. How? By lending the high interest rate. Means by lending the high interest rate to the farmers, they exploited these small farmers, or by manipulating their accounts. See here, by lending the high interest rate and by manipulating account, means manipulating the farmers' account, they keep the farmers in the debt trap. Means at the time of the independence, these money lenders and the traders, they provided the money or the capital to the small farmers and the landless labor. But what they did, they exploited these small farmers and the landless laborers. How? By lending the high interest rate on the capital which they provided to the farmers, and by manipulating their accounts and keep them in the debt trap. Means this type of situation at the time of the independence, and after the 1969, what happened? India adopted the social banking and the multi-agency approach. Why? Because after the 1969, India adopted the social banking or the multi-agency approach because to meet the needs of the rural credit. And why? Because these money lenders or the traders, they exploited the small farmers and the landless laborers by lending the high interest rate. And that purpose, after the 1969, India adopted the social banking and the multi-agency approach. Then first social banking institute is the NABARD. What is the NABARD? NABARD means the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. See here, NABARD means the National Bank for Agriculture and the Rural Development. In your examination, they may be asked the question for 1 mark. Expand the NABARD. That means you should write this National Bank for Agriculture and the Rural Development. And these National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, these bank the NABARD, which coordinate the activities of the all institutions which is related to the rural financial system. See here, the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development is bank to coordinate the activities of the all institutions which is related to the rural financial system. And the green revolution which may bring the major change in the credit system during the 1969. And this green revolution which led the diversification of the rural credit towards the productive oriented lending, means because of the green revolution there is a diversification of the rural credit towards the productive oriented lending. Then what is the structure of the rural banking? Here the structure of the rural banking system which consists the commercial banks, regional rural bank, cooperatives and the land development banks. In your examination they may be asked you what are the sources of the rural bank. That time all of you should write the commercial bank, regional rural bank, cooperatives and the land development bank. These are the rural banking systems. And also they ask you expand the RRB, means the regional rural bank. Means this question will be asked for the 1 mark in your examination. And all these institutions means the commercial banks, regional rural bank, cooperatives and land development bank. All these institutions may be dispense the adequate credit at the cheaper rate to the farmer. Means here at the cheaper interest rate they provided the capital to the farmers in the rural area. Then next institute is the SHGS. SHGS means it is the self-help groups. And recently these means the small help groups are emerged. Why the small help groups they are recently emerged? Because to fill the gap in the formal credit. Means to fill the gap in formal credit. That purpose the self-help groups they are emerged recently. Here the formal credit means the formal credit system. It is not only proven the inadequate but also it not fully integrated in overall rural and the social development. So the small helper groups they may be emerged to fill the gap in formal credit. Means these groups promotes the thrift in small proportion, means in small part. How? By minimum contribution. For example, the pooled money credit. Here the pooled money credit which is given to the needy people or which is given to the needy members and they may be repayable in the instruments. They may be repayable in the installments at the reasonable interest rates. Students, end of the 2003, there are these 7 lakh small help groups had reportedly the credit linked and it referred as the micro credit. Here the small help groups, they helps in the empowerment of women. Means these types of the groups, they may be encourage the women to, means the empowerment of the women. So students, this type of the institution, means this type of the rural credit systems, NABARD and the self-help groups, they provided the credit to the rural people. Means they provided the loans for to purchase the seeds, fertilizer or maybe other family expenses at the reasonable or at the cheaper interest rate. So students, in your examination, they may be asked for the 4 mark for write the short note on the self-help groups. That time you should write the self-help groups which are recently emerged to fulfill the gap in informal credit. Here the formal credit system means which is not only proven the inadequate but also not fully integrated in the overall rural and social development. So the small help groups promotes the thrift in a small proportion, means in a small part. How? By minimum contribution. And here the pooled money credit which is given to the needy members to repayable in installment at the reasonable interest rate. And these self-help groups, they also helps to the woman, means they also helps in the empowerment of the woman. So students, in this concept, they may be asked you the 3 or 4 questions. First one is, they may be asked how the money lenders and the traders exploited the small farmers at the time of independence. That time you should write the answer. At the time of independence, the money lenders and the small traders, they exploited the small farmers and the landless laborers by lending high interest rates and by manipulating their accounts and keep them in the debt trap. Means this question will be asked for the 2 marks in your examination. Then second question, they may be asked you expand the NABARD. Then that time you should write the National Bank for Agriculture and the Rural Development. Means this is the explanation of the NABARD. And maybe this type of question they may be asked, which are the rural banking systems, or which are the institutions which provided the capital to the rural farmers. That time you should write this answer. The commercial banks, regional rural banks, cooperatives and land development bank. These are the rural banking systems. or maybe they ask for the one of the question, expand RRB, means regional rural bank. And next question they will be asked on write a note on the SHGS, means the small service help groups. So students, this is all about the credit and marketing in the rural areas. Hope all of you understood this concept. Thank you.